Well, that was
The tragedy of Julius Caesar.
dramatic.
You give me goosebumps talking like that.
Hello, my fellow Dreadites. Welcome to Dread Alert. Today we are talking about 2023's Et 2, which hits video on demand on July 25th. This film follows Brent, a stage director in the midst of a mental breakdown and a 3-month run of Julius Caesar at a regional theater. And I can tell you from my experience directing theater, that is enough to send someone over the edge. This film stars Lou Diamond Phillips and Malcolm McDowell, both giving in stellar performances, along with the rest of the supporting cast. There is not a bad performance in this movie. Everyone is outstanding, and I have to think that's in large part due to Max Tzannes, the director. This film is beautifully shot, with this surreal final sequence that's as beautiful as it is unhinged. The cinematography is on point, and the theatrical lighting of the piece heightens it. The score is also extremely interesting with its stripped-down string orchestrations. This is a true horror comedy. It starts out fairly serious, and even relatable if you have theater experience, but as things unravel, both the horror and the comedy escalate. As conflicts develop between the cast and crew, and folks start making mistakes on stage, the director takes it upon himself to purge the cast of imperfections. This is full of theater in-references, from a stray mention of calling equity, the theater actors union, to ghost stories surrounding the theater itself. This is bound to feel like home for any performers, directors, producers, or stage managers, anyone with theater experience. The narrative is tight and it's surreal, and it takes its time setting up its pieces so it can move through the finale with a breakneck speed. I have to mention, the theater it's set in used to be a brothel and is inhabited by a number of ghosts of murdered victims. Now, where I did my training has a similar backstory, and so this movie was extremely relevant to me. Not to mention my undying love for Lou Diamond Phillips. I was sold on this movie from the time I heard about it, and I'd like to thank Pixel Scene Media for the screener. This film explores themes of perfectionism in art, a desire to be of service to your art and your craft, and the pressures of being an artist and what that does to our mental state. I don't want to spoil too much, but the ghosts of the theater resonate loudly throughout the plot of this film, and that is something that is embedded in the theater. We all have theater ghost stories, and we all know someone who has seen a ghost. Overall, I highly recommend this film. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I loved every minute of it, and Lou Diamond Phillips' performance is enough to make this worth your time. Thanks again to Pixel Scene Media for the screener, and as always, stay spooky, my friends.